Hi, I'm Kit Davey, and today I'm going to show you how to make a scroll book using a wooden spool, the kind used for thread in sewing. So this is a long piece of paper that wraps around this spool, and there is a button on the end that serves as a closure. So I'm a book artist and paper artist, and my website is www.foundobjectart.com, and with dashes in between. And I have an Instagram feed, and it's Davey Kit. You can also reach me by email, kitdavey@aol.com. So in order to make this book, the tools that you need are a ruler, a pencil, a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, a needle. If you've got a circle cutter, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Then wet glue and brushes so that you can apply your glue, and a cutting mat. The elements that you need to create the spool book are, first of all, a wooden spool, and anywhere between 3/4 of an inch and an inch and a half tall. You're going to fit your paper to the spool, so the size doesn't matter that much. Then you need a piece of paper that's 10 to 12 inches long and anywhere between 3 3/4 inches to an inch and a half wide. I'll show you how to fit this to the size of the spool. And then if you want to embellish the ends, maybe little bits of paper that you can use the paper punch with to add embellishments on the ends. You'll need a length of ribbon, and probably a 1/4 or an 1/8 of an inch wide by about 14 inches long. You'll need a button for the closure and the needle with thread so you can attach the button to the length of paper, and any embellishments. So what you do first is figure out how wide the piece of paper should be so that it fits nicely across the spool. And this one, the dimension that I'm going to cut my paper is about 7/8 of an inch. So I just get my cutting mat and measure off 7/8 of an inch. And I love this ruler because I can look through it and use it to line up the 7/8 of an inch, and then use my X-Acto knife and cut. And this little strip of paper should fit just right now around my spool. And what I'm going to do now is wrap it around the spool to give it a curl. And actually, I think I want this to be the inside and this to be the outside. So I'm using double-sided paper for this. So I'm just going to wrap it around so it gets a good curl. Okay, and snip off the end here. And then what I'm going to do is sew on the button. So I'm going to sew on the button closure. So this is going to be the inside curl of the book, and this will be wrapped around the outside. So I cut out a little piece of paper the same width as the scroll, and I'm going to glue it on to strengthen the paper, because if I just stitched through the paper, it would probably tear, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm putting a little reinforcing piece, but I'm just putting it on the outside curve. It looks like I'll have to trim that a little bit later. Okay, and then my button closure is going to go right about here. So I'm just going to take my needle and poke through to the other side to show where I should come out. So I just poked through, And now there's a little pinprick right there. I'll take my needle, go through the hole that I created, then grab the button and go back through to the other side. And I think I'll do one more stitch through the other holes, she said. I think I'll do it offline and come back to you. So I stitched my button on. Now I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to glue down the little flap over the thread here. So I will have a nice strong end bit and the paper won't tear. So I'm going to put a little glue right here. Put some on the thread. Fold that over. And now my endy bit will be nice and strong. The button should hold very well to all the tugging it'll get with the opening and closing of the book. So what I'm going to do next is embellish the inside of the scroll, and I cut out some images from the dictionary, and I'm just going to figure out how to place them. And I'm not going to put any down here because this is going to get wrapped around, glued and wrapped around, and I'm not going to come too close to the endy bit there. So I'm going to go ahead and position these and then glue them down. And I'm doing this before I glue it to the spool. It's just a little bit easier to do it before we glue it to the spool. So, and then after I glue them down, I'll just trim off the excess. So I've glued my embellishments on, and now I like the top of this spool, but the bottom is kind of boring. So I'm going to use my 1-inch circular paper punch to cut out a piece of paper that I can glue to the bottom just to embellish it. So I'll just put a little glue there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of the scroll, just about 1/4 inch of glue, like that. And I'm going to glue that to the side of my spool, and then I'm trying to position it so it's right in the middle. We'll see how that wraps around. Yeah, that's looking good. That's wrapping around very nicely. Okay. So before I do the last part, I'm just going to let this dry. And then I'll show you how to do the ribbon closure. So we're on the last part of making the book, and I'm going to use this ribbon, which is about 1/8 inch wide and maybe 14 inches long, and I'm going to tie it around the button. Easier said than done because I have Shrek fingers and the button is very small. So I'm doing my best to tie it around the button, and I'm going to tie a knot so it doesn't come undone. And then roll up my scroll around the spool. And now I can wrap, I think I'm going to wrap twice around and then wrap it around the button a couple of times. Yeah, and it stays closed nicely, so I may trim off just a little bit And I know when I want to go to open the book, it's the longer piece of ribbon that will open the book for me. So I untie it like that, unwrap it, and unscroll it. And there's your button book. So I hope you will visit my website, www.found-object-art.com, or visit me on Instagram at DaveyKit, or email me. Thank you for joining me today, and check back for other informational tutorials.